What is up, boys? So today, as you saw by the title, we're going to be talking about the new Arcana, or I think the official name is the Enchantment system, which will be added on this day. In fact, the patch should be over by the time I upload this video. And I'm not going to explain how they work. I'm just going to link Yike's video. He made a very good video explaining everything, also showing all the different new enchantments in detail. But for any of you who already played League of Legends, it's basically the mastery system, right? You're gonna be able to choose some perks before the game, and they basically just give you different bonuses. And they don't just give you stats like Arcana, they also transform the gameplay, which is gonna be really cool for a lot of heroes. Like, for example, there's one that will give you Arctic Orb, like the active of Arctic Orb, but you can only use it once per game. After that it gets deleted. So that is very similar to Stopwatch in League of Legends. There's gonna be one that's gonna give you Death Sickle, again only a one-time use, so if you would die you will survive with 1 HP for 1 second, just like Death Sickle. And if it's used once, it's gonna be gone. You won't be able to use it for the rest of the game anymore. So there's also gonna be a very interesting one. It's gonna make you start level 2. So everyone else is level 1. You start the game level 2. However, you're gonna be earning less gold and experience for the rest of the game. So that is something very interesting for a lot of supports, I would imagine. And in this video, I just mainly want to talk about what these enchantments will do for the meta of the game, and if it's gonna be good or bad for the game, basically. And I think it's a very good thing, because usually the patches in Arena of Valor don't really change too much. At least I don't really feel like that. Like, I think the patches change quite a bit, but a lot of people in my community and also some other pro players that I know always complain that the patches don't change enough, the meta always stays the same, stuff like that. And this will definitely shake up the whole game a lot. Like, as I said, starting level 2. Like, imagine your whole team starts level 2. And then the whole enemy team is level 1. You're gonna take all their buffs, right? Of course, it's not smart, because you're gonna have you're gonna be earning less gold. I let the buff reset, pretty embarrassing. But yeah, you're gonna be earning less gold for the whole game, so it's stupid to do that on everyone, except for the support, I think. I don't think this will be usable anymore else. But it's still very interesting, right? There's gonna be one of my favorite League of Legends runes. In League of Legends, it's called Electrocute. It basically, every time in a short time frame, and whenever you deal like 3 instances of damage on an enemy in a short time frame, it's gonna explode for bonus damage. So it's very good for assassins, for mages, for yeah, basically these 2 tropes, and even some supports. And it just adds so much damage to your kit, and that's just, in my opinion, a big issue. Like, a lot of you guys who are watching the channel for a longer time now, a lot of you should know this. A big issue in this game is that a lot of heroes don't deal enough damage. Like, of course, there's heroes who deal a lot of damage, but the damage is either, in a MOBA, in my opinion, it should either be like League of Legends, where everything doesn't deal too much damage, and whenever you want to kill someone, you need 2 people to kill someone. And then there's games like Dota, where everything just absolutely one-shots everyone, right? Everything deals insane amounts of damage. And that is fine too, that is also balanced, because everyone can just kill everyone. This is similar to Honor of Kings, right? You either balance around everything being OP, or you balance around requiring a lot of teamwork and to be able to do anything. And the thing is, in my opinion, AoV has always been between these 2, you know? Everything deals decent amount of damage, but not enough where it feels super powerful, but it also doesn't deal, it still deals enough where if you die to someone one shot barely, you feel the hero is OP, the enemy hero. It's easy to complain, right? It's yeah, I feel like they took the Honor of Kings game, they copied it pretty much, right? That was their goal, but they cut all the damage by like, they reduce it by like 30%. For example, if you compare Emily, if she goes full crit, like you saw the Chinese AWC player played a lot of side lane Emily in the tournament, and he always went full crit. You can't. I mean, it's fun to do it in solo queue, but I wouldn't do it in a competitive game. First of all, I wouldn't pick Emily, but you can't go full crit Emily. But he doesn't know, because in King of Glory you go full crit Emily in competitive, in esports. They go full crit. And let me tell you, if you have 2 items, if you have 2 or 3 items, you will deal 4,000 damage crits, right? So you deal 4,000 damage crits around 15 minutes into the game. But in AoV you need 6 items to deal 4,000 damage crits. And in KOG you deal 8,000 damage crits with 6 items. So just stuff like that. You can't copy a game completely, but then just change all the damage numbers by so much. And then whenever you release new heroes, you don't really, they're not changed too much, so they're just always OP and everyone just keeps complaining. So I think what this system is gonna do, stuff like Electrocute, I don't know what the AoV name of it is, but stuff like that is just gonna add so much damage to all the people's kits. It's just gonna make the game, I think, more enjoyable to play. Of course, we'll have to see how it plays out, but I think these enchantments are a very, very good thing. It's also gonna make people who maybe play League of Legends and like to play mobile games, but I didn't really like AoV before. Maybe they'll see these enchantments and they'll be like, "Oh, this is familiar. I know this from League of Legends." And then maybe they will have more fun. Maybe the player base will increase, etc. So yeah, I think this is a step in the right direction, because it's gonna make it more like the game it copied, Honor of Kings, right? They wanted to copy it, but they messed up a little bit, and I think this is a good way to increase everyone's damage without just buffing it by 20%, because that would be weird now, you know? The AoV players are used to these damage numbers, and if you just buff everything, it would just be weird. So I think this will be good for the game. I think this will be good for esports as well. I don't know, the enchantments probably won't be balanced at the start. Like, you can expect stuff like, I didn't really look at the numbers, and I didn't really think about how it will turn out. We need to test that in game. But you can imagine it's a new update, right? Stuff is gonna be OP. So probably the way it was in League of Legends, always one enchantment is completely broken. For example, Electrocute, every third hit deals a lot of damage, right? And it has a cooldown. And for some time, literally, you would load into a game, and 8 out of 10 heroes would have that. 8 out of 10 people in the game would run that enchantment. So I think it's going to be similar here, where just 1 or 2 of them will be pretty broken, and a lot of people will just run these. But if they manage to balance it more and more over the time, I think it will be fine. So yeah, we'll see. As I said, a lot of stuff people are telling me. I think there's a cooldown thing. As I said, I didn't look at them completely yet. Just watch Yike's video, he explains all of them. And people are telling me L'Oreal is gonna be broken, or is already OP on the new patch in Taiwan. Taiwan already has that patch for like a week. So if you want to see what correct builds are, like, the Western YouTubers won't instantly know all the best builds. So you can just check out some Taiwan YouTubers if you're waiting for the patch. I'll try to release this video before the patch is released, so you have something to watch and stuff. And if you're still waiting for the patch afterwards, you can just watch some. Actually, I linked one guy. There's one guy, Taiwanese. I mean, you won't understand anything because it's Chinese, right? But you can still see what he buys and what enchantments he takes, and you can just see how how everything turns out on the new map and stuff. You can just see some gameplay to get yourself ready for the new patch. But yeah, like there's gonna be there's a lot of the meta shifted a large amount. Like I think Violet is broken all of a sudden because there's some stuff that just makes her deal way more damage than she used to. If you look at supports, I think a lot of supports that are strong level 2 will be absolutely broken, because if you take the level 2 star thing, you're just going to be able to 1v3. So I can't really think of too many on top of my head right now, but a lot of, I'm pretty sure maybe something like Annette might be strong with it, because she will have her AoE wave clear to help her mid laner wave clear, and also the stun to invade afterwards. She'll already have that level when everyone else is level 1. So, or like imagine the enemy jungler is doing the blue buff and you come in as an Annette, you're level 2, you chain him to the blue buff with your stun and you place the AoE on him. It's gonna deal like 70% damage, mate. Her damage is already stupid. And if she's level 2 versus your poor Nakroth level 1 or something like that, it's gonna be very wild. So I do think these changes are pretty good, and let's just hope they don't mess up the patch, because if you remember the last 2 patches, they made the game very laggy for some reason. So I'm just hoping that doesn't happen. I feel like if that doesn't happen, the new map looks absolutely gorgeous if you haven't seen it yet. And as I'm saying, the new map and the new enchantment system, I think they might get some old players back as well. But yeah, we will see. My thoughts are just, it's a good thing, and I hope they will keep balancing it, and then it can even become a very, very great thing. So I just want to pause whenever the wind shows up. There we go. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. This was, as I was saying, I wasn't going to explain that. I wasn't going to explain the enchantments because Yikes already made a very good video explaining them. So I didn't feel the need. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, leave a subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.